All right, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to Dane's Derelicts. Today on the channel, I picked up a Model A Ford engine, and when I bought it from the gentleman, he told me that it had been stuck, and then he called me a couple days later, and he says, "Hey, I got the motor unstuck." I said, "Great, great." So I went to pick it up, and what had happened is he actually got the crankshaft moving. I guess he had oiled up the cylinders and whatnot, but he totally stripped out the timing chain gear. As you can see, the teeth are missing all from up here, over here, over here. It's pretty well chewed up. These were nylon gears, and I guess this is a fairly common issue with these motors. So I figured I'd make a quick video, just show you how to change those. So without further ado, one of the best things you can do, I've seen guys do this before, and I actually tried it myself. You try to hammer off the retainer with a big hammer and a chisel. I don't know if I have a big hammer and a chisel, but I'll give you an idea. Or a screwdriver. Something to this effect, you just get there, whack, 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 beat the crap out of it. That did not work for me. So I went out to plan B, and I checked it out, and they actually make a tool for removing these. And I have that tool right here. I actually borrowed it from a friend of mine. Basically, it fits on this gear like that very nicely. Put a 1/2-inch wrench or breaker bar or an impact socket. Give that a crank, bang. Loosens it right up. This is already pretty loose. Mine was much tighter than that originally, but I already did that. So the other thing when you're doing this job, you want to make sure that your timing marks are lined up, dot to dot. There's a dot down here just after the keyway on the lower crankshaft. I actually highlighted it in orange just to make it more visible. And there's a small dot on the timing gear. I'm going to try to get this one off here. Shouldn't be too bad because I had it off fairly recently. And I'll bring that up. You can see the dot right there. And I'll get the new gear. I decided to go with an aluminum timing gear, or aluminium for you folks down in Australia there. I like these better, and it'll never wear out. People say, hey, the nylon gear only lasted 90 years, but this will outlast that. So we're going to do the same basic thing. Line up dot to dot down here. If I can. It's going to turn a little bit when you put the gear on. So I'm off a tooth right there. I got to go up one. There we go. Now we're dot to dot, and the dowel pins line up, which is also a good sign. So I'm going to put this back on there. And we're going to press the gear on with the bolt here, the holding bolt. Not really press it, but work it back in there. There we go, that's snuggish. I'm actually going to just double check on the back side, make sure it's lined up pretty well. It looks pretty good. I have my trusty rubber mallet over here. I'm going to tap that in a little bit. It seems to be going on very, very well. Tighten this up a little more. Kind of work my way around here. And it will only go on one way, so you don't have to worry about screwing it up too bad. Find my handy wrench tool, put that on there. Crank this up. Always easier to work on an engine on the stand, by the way, if you haven't figured that out yet. Basically, you put that back on there, crank it up. And what I did to actually hold the gear in place initially, when I removed it, oh wait, get tools. I'll put that over here for now. I only got so many hands. What I did to actually hold the gear in place initially when I removed it, oh wait, get tools. I'll put that over here for now. I only got so many hands. What I did to actually hold the gear in place initially when I removed it, oh wait, get tools. I only got so many hands. I only got so many hands. when I went to remove the gear, I stuffed rags all in this area. Just, you know, basic. Because the nylon gear is hard to hold. I just filled that whole cavity here till this gear was not moving. And then I broke the nut free. So I'm actually going to do a similar thing, putting it back on. I don't see why it wouldn't work this way. And tighten this thing back up. It should be good to go. I don't know how many feet of torque this takes, but you know, as tight as I can. I say right now I'm filling that up with a rag, so eventually it'll lock up and bind right there. And I feed a little more in there. There we go. Okay. Then I'll take my rubber mallet again. A couple quick wraps. All right. Maybe one more just for good measure. All right. And that should probably last for another 100 years. Spin it back. Make sure our marks line up. I'm going to clean all this up afterwards anyway. Let's see where we are. Where are we? Oh, okay. At this point, we are at top dead center, which brings the number one almost up. There, turn it back. Another 180 degrees around the bottom, and bango. Mark to mark. We are good to go. Thank you all for joining me today. Like I say, a quick little video here. Maybe we'll even go up in the shorts. But I hope you enjoyed it and have a great day. Bye now.